Let us now go to the next type of control structures, that is iterative structures. So now what is the use of this iterative structures? A iterative structure allows you to repeat a particular statement n number of times. So if you want to perform a particular task multiple number of times, you definitely use a iterative structures. And some of the examples of iterative structures are while loop, do while loop, for loop, right? Now these iterative structures you have already used in C programming languages. So we are using the same in C++ language. So what's the use of this while loop? While loop allows you to execute a particular piece of code multiple number of times. And the syntax for using this while loop is use the keyword while followed by the evaluation expression, right, or the relational expression. So within the while loop, you give a condition that will determine how many times you are going to enter the while loop, right? Now in this example, I have taken a variable n and then I do make a check whether this value of n is greater than 0, right? So if my n value is greater than 0, I will enter the while loop. Now within the while loop, I have also updated the value of n. So each time it enters the while loop, the n value is updated. Okay. So after a few number of iteration, that is after n number of iterations, the value of n will definitely reduce to 0. And once the value of n reduces to 0, this condition 0 greater than 0 will turn out to be false. So this condition which I am giving in the while loop will either return me true or false. So it is a relational expression. Now we will see this with the help of an example. Okay, so what I will do is I will delete all these statements and quickly declare a variable a whose value is equal to 5. Okay. Now suppose if I want to display hello world statement 5 times. Can I do it? How can I do it? I have to write cout statement 5 times, right? Now, instead of writing cout statement 5 times, can I use a while loop or a do while loop or a for loop to execute that statement multiple number of times? Yes. So how can I use it? Just use a keyword while followed by evaluation expression, right? So what would be the evaluation expression here? A value is 5. Okay. So I can reduce this a value from 5 to 0, right? So what would be the count? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So if you count from 5 to 0, I get a count of 6, correct? So I need to now intelligently think of a condition which will allow me to enter this while loop 5 times. Okay? So I make a check here while a is greater than 0, right? While a is greater than 0, let me enter the while loop. Okay, as long as a value is greater than 0, I am entering the while loop. And within the while loop, what should I be doing? I need to print hello world. So I am using a cout statement followed by insertion operator followed by what I want to print on the screen. So I want to print hello world and then I want to take the control to the next line. So I will again use an insertion operator followed by end-del statement, so that my control goes to the next line. Okay. Okay. Now within the while loop, I need to also update this variable a. So how will I update this variable a? I'll say a is equal to a minus 1. So I reduce the value of a from 5 to 4. Right? This process will continue how many times? 5 times, right? So I can directly write here a minus minus, indicating that I am reducing the value of a by 1. Okay? And then I will close this while loop. Is it okay? Fine. Okay. Now let us trace this while loop. Initially the value of a is 5. 5, is it greater than 0? Yes, it is greater than 0. So this expression will return me true. While true, you will always enter the while loop. So what you are doing inside the while loop? You are printing hello world, and then taking the control to the next line. So your control goes to the next line. After that, you are updating the value of a from 5 to 4, right? So now a value is 4. Now I again go back to my while loop and evaluate this expression. So a value is 4. 4 is now checked with 0. 4, is it greater than 0? Yes, true. So while true, you always enter the while loop. What you are doing here? You are printing hello world. And after that, you are reducing the value of a from 4 to 3. Again go back to the while loop, check the condition. 3, is it greater than 0? Yes, it is true. Enter the while loop, print hello world, reduce the value of a from 3 to 2. Again go back and check the condition over here. That is 2 greater than 0. Yes, it is true. Enter the while loop and print the value of what is being printed over here. That is hello world. Okay. Followed by the value of a is being decremented from 2 to 1. Again go back to the while loop, check the condition whether 1 is greater than 0. Yes. Enter the while loop, print the value hello world, followed by the decrementation statement, which reduces the value of a from 1 to 0. Go back to the while loop, check the condition, 0, is it greater than 0? Now this condition 0, is it greater than 0? Will it return true or will it return false? This will definitely return me false, because 0 is not greater than 0. While the condition is false, your control jumps out of the while loop. So your control comes out of the while loop. You do not enter the while loop. So how many times you have printed hello world here? 5 times, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your a value has reduced from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you have entered the while loop 5 times. Correct? Similarly, can I, instead of decrementing, can I increment the value of a? Can I do a plus plus? If I do a plus plus, what are the changes I need to do here? Any changes that I need to mention, so that instead of decrementing this variable, I can increment this variable. What should I do now? If I increment a from 5 to 6, and if I give this condition a greater than 0, this condition will always be true, right? If I write here a plus plus, this loop will be executed infinitely, right? I will be in this loop infinite number of times if I give this particular condition, and definitely my program will hang. Correct? So what condition can I give here, and what initialization value should I be giving to variable A? So can I give a variable value 0? Can I initialize a value 0 to this variable A? That means I need to change the condition also. So what condition can I mention here? I can say A less than 5, right? So if I say the condition is A less than 5, how many times my A value will be incremented? A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And when I reach the 5th value, my condition will be false, right? So is this condition right? Yes, this condition is right, correct? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 times I am going to enter my loop, correct? Okay. Now suppose if I change the value of A from 0 to 1, what would be my condition here? My condition would be A less than or equal to 5. Why is it? Because I am starting my index from 1, right? So I need to enter this loop 5 times. So I count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? If I start from 0, how many times I need to enter the loop? 5 times. So I start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times. Correct? So let's run this program and see what's the output of this program. Okay. So I see that my output is showing, it is displaying hello world 5 times. And since I put an end statement there, the control has definitely gone to the next line. Okay, so hello world is printed 5 times. Okay, now let us also use the next type of iterative statement, that is do while statement. Now with respect to a do while statement, the condition checking is always done at the end of the loop. Whereas with respect to while loop, the condition checking is done at the start of the loop or before the entry to the loop, right? So now let me use a do while loop wherein the syntax is, it starts with the keyword do and ends with the keyword while. So I am giving this condition check at the end of this loop. So once the loop ends, I am putting this while statement. And always remember, a do while statement is terminated with the semicolon. So do not forget this semicolon over here. Okay, it's the same thing like your while loop. Only thing is that the structure is changed. The conditional checking is done at the end of the loop, whereas with respect to while loop, the condition checking is done at the start of the loop. Okay, so if I run this program, I am getting the same output here. The hello world is being printed 5 times. Okay, so also I can even change the conditions. So instead of less than, I will write here greater than 0. Okay, so what should be my initial value of A? The initial value of A will be 5, right? So instead of A plus plus, I have to do A minus minus, because my initial value of A is 5 and the condition that I checked for is A greater than 0, right? So I need to decrement the value of A until it reaches 0. So let me run this. So what is happening here? Hello world is being printed 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is how you use a while loop, a do while loop.